The island of Lanzarote, which extends over an area of 807 square kilometers, is of volcanic origin. This island arose from the ocean some 25 million years ago as a result of the accumulation of material from repeated eruptions. The area of Timanfaya National Park we are now visiting within the confines of the Faya Mountains is located in the southeast of the island and comprises but a small part of the 172 square kilometers covered by volcanic debris during the eruptions of the 18th and 19th century. Between 1726 and 1730, frequent earthquakes and audible underground rumbling caused panic among the population of the interior, who fled seeking refuge in Teguise and Arrecife. The eruption took place towards the end of the summer of 1730 on the evening of the 1st of September. The events that then followed were recorded in the manuscripts of an excellent witness, the priest of Yaitse, Don Andres Lorenzo Corbello, who wrote, "Between 9 and 10 o'clock in the evening, the ground suddenly opened up near Timanfaya, 2 leagues from Yaitse. During the first night, an enormous mountain arose out of the bowels of the earth. The flames which came out of its apex went on burning for 19 days. This signaled the beginning of the most important period of volcanic activity in the history of the Canary Islands. It lasted for 6 years, with phases of varying intensity, during which streams of molten lava registering 800 degrees centigrade and enormous showers of ashes destroyed every last vestige of life." Whenever people believed that the fires in the volcanoes were dying out, new fissures opened up and the eruptions regained their former intensity. This was recorded by the priest of Yaitse as follows. On the 18th of October 1730, 3 new openings formed on top of Santa Catalina and from other outlets, from which thick smoke emerges, spreading over the entire island. At the same time, huge quantities of lava and ash are scattered over the surrounding countryside. The explosions that followed this phenomenon, together with the intense darkness produced by masses of ashes and smoke covering the whole island, caused the inhabitants of Yaitse to take flight several times.
This isn't the time to check the brakes.
It's not checking the brakes. Look the size of the rocks. They're very rocky.
It's messed up somewhere and I don't think I did it right.
The landscape of Timanfaya gives the impression of a desert, where aridity and temperature fluctuations of 20 degrees between day and night would make it almost impossible for animal life to exist. All one sees are small succulent plants or thorn bushes in the Valley of Tranquility landscape, where time seems to have stood still under the pressure of the intense heat. The Macizo del Fuego, at which we now find ourselves, was the epicenter of the eruptions and is 525 meters high at its summit. This volcano was covered with slag and ashes from the 18th century eruptions, but at its crest one notices that the surface of the older section is not completely covered up by the more recent lava. Such areas are known as islotes, or islets, and are home to much plant and animal life which survived the volcanic catastrophe, gradually expanding into newly created substratas with the true eagerness of the colonizer. The last eruptions on Lanzarote took place in 1824, following a preparatory period of 10 years, during which numerous earthquakes of medium intensity took place. The principal characteristic of this eruption was the immense fluidity of its lavas, and in particular the jets of boiling hot salty water which were projected from the craters for several days in the form of enormous geysers reaching heights of 30 meters. At the end of our excursion we arrive at the Islota of Hilario, from which emanations of enormous heat emerge. It is named for Hilario, a hermit who frequented this islet for 50 years with only a camel for company. According to legend, Hilario planted a fig tree at this spot, which, although taking root, never bore fruit, as the flower could not blossom due to the intense heat of the flames.
Here, we got a metal pipe, about 10 meters deep. The temperature down there is 450 degrees. What we're going to do, we're going to put some water first. The water is going to change into steam. We're going to wait. Then we put more water. What's going to happen? The steam is coming up. The water is coming down. That's going to go in the air like a rock. Remember what I say on the college. For a good picture, we can give it 3 seconds. From the moment the ranger put the water to the moment that explodes and goes on the air. 1, 2. And if you do it vertical, you can catch all the feather that's going to go into the fish. Tenemos una tubería metálica, 10 metros de profundidad, 450 grados. Vamos a provocar un geyser artificial. El compañero, el guarda del parque, va a poner un poquito de agua, se convierte en vapor. Luego ponemos agua otra vez y eso va a salir como un cohete que se las pela. 3 segundos le vamos a dar de tiempo para una foto bonita. ¿Están preparados? Are you ready? Children, there's going to be a lot of noise.
There's a man pushing.
We are waiting for the steam. Esperando por el vapor. And we're going to move the water. Then we can count 3 seconds. Ready? Oh yeah, 3 seconds. 1, 2.
Hast du drauf? Cool, ne? Da hätte ich eigentlich neben stehen müssen, dann würde ich erst den Abend
Repetimos de nuevo. In 10 minutes we do it again. If you go to the toilet after you flush, remember you go 3 seconds right away. Oven. There are only 6 in the world like this, in Hawaii, in Italy, in Iceland, yeah, there is, wherever volcanoes are active, it's possible to have a grill like this. But most of them, you need to cover the food with aluminium paper or banana leaf because of the sulfur fuel. But Lanzarote is a very clean island. No more sulfur, so the heat is very clean. We can put the food directly here. It was not an easy job to build this grill. The people have to take turns, 10 minutes working, 10 minutes, and a kind of a bath, a swimming pool they had to recover. But finally they managed. Yeah? Would you like a picture with the devil, the symbol of the national park? This way here we have a lovely devil. This is a design of Madrid. And